There's one hormone that shows up on your lab report that you probably haven't even heard of. It's called FSH. Your doctor may not even realize that FSH is at least partially responsible for the extra weight that you may have gained after menopause, especially that belly fat that's so hard to lose. It's almost like FSH is shouting at your body to gain more weight. Well, these are Jen's hens, my neighbor Jenny's chickens. Charlie's on the nest, but she hasn't laid any eggs for, it seems like, days. What's up with that, Charlie? Roxy isn't laying any eggs either. Come on, Roxy, we need more eggs. Well, Penny and Rosie haven't laid many eggs either in the last few weeks. Why don't you girls bring us some more eggs? We are almost out. FSH plays a key role in your own reproductive cycle. Kind of like me yelling at Charlie and Roxy and Rosie and Penny to lay more eggs. FSH is telling your ovaries, hey, it's time to grow an egg and make some estrogen. FSH stands for follicle stimulating hormone. It's made in the pituitary gland, which is a tiny structure at the base of your brain. Every month, at least before you go into menopause, your pituitary sends out a surge of that FSH hormone. FSH travels to your ovaries and tells them to recruit a follicle, basically an immature egg, and get it ready to ovulate. That growing follicle does two things. First, it produces estrogen, and it eventually releases an egg in ovulation. At some point, your ovaries stop making eggs, so your pituitary starts yelling a little bit louder, cranking up that FSH message. After menopause, FSH goes up to 70 or 80 or even 100 and stays high, continuing to yell at your ovaries. High FSH is a sign that your own egg factory is permanently closed. You're in menopause. But FSH doesn't just signal the end of your reproductive years. Newer research suggests that it may also be causing belly fat. Animal studies show that FSH attaches to receptors on your fat cells. It tells those cells to make and store more fat. Blocking that FSH causes fat gain to go down even without changing your estrogen levels. So it's not just low estrogen that causes weight gain. That's what we've always thought. FSH itself plays a direct role. Some studies show that higher FSH is linked to more abdominal fat, more total fat, and less muscle or lean mass. Other studies show higher FSH leads to more subcutaneous fat. That's the soft fat just underneath your skin. That kind of fat is what makes your pants tight. It's the kind that shows up on your hips and your thighs and especially your belly. Well, here's where hormone optimization comes into the picture. Some menopause experts talk about hormone replacement therapy to relieve symptoms like weight gain or belly fat. And that's fine as far as it goes. But the hormone optimization specialists that I work with are trained to optimize all your hormones. They want to make sure that all your hormones are not too high and not too low, but they're just right. When your hormones are optimized, you don't just lose weight and maybe feel better about your belly. You're also protecting your bones, your heart, and your brain. Optimal hormones do help to reduce or even eliminate things like hot flashes and weight gain and vaginal dryness, insomnia, fatigue, brain fog, all the other dozens of devastating symptoms of menopause. But even more importantly, optimal hormones reduce your long-term health risks at the same time. I'm talking about your risks for osteoporosis, brittle bones, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even Alzheimer's. If you're curious about hormone optimization and long-term health, subscribe to my channel. I've got lots more videos that explain how optimal hormones affect the way you feel and your long-term health. FSH isn't the only hormone that's driving weight gain after menopause, though. While FSH drives that subcutaneous fat and belly fat, as I've mentioned, there's another hormone that causes an increase in something called visceral fat. Visceral fat is the kind of fat that collects deep around your liver and your kidneys, inside your abdomen. Visceral fat increases your risk for insulin resistance, for type 2 diabetes, dyslipidemia, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic inflammation. I'll tell you all about the hormone that makes you fat on the inside in my next video. Have you gained some weight after going through menopause that maybe you can't explain? If so, what's the most problematic area for you? Is it belly fat? Fat on your hips and thighs? Or have you gained weight, but it's not exactly clear where? If you're willing to share, leave a comment about your problem weight gain area, and I'll see you in the next video.